The sky over the Pacific at dawn was an endless canvas of rose-tinted clouds and promise. Fishermen in Manila cast their nets. Surfers readied their boards off California's coast, and in New Zealand, shepherds led their flocks beneath the awakening sun. Humanity stirred as it always did, unaware that today would rewrite every history book. At 6:12 UTC, all satellites recorded a sudden spike, a nanotremor across the Earth's magnetosphere, followed by a pulse of indeterminate origin. 3 minutes later, every global newsfeed lit up with the same bulletin. Unidentified object entering low orbit, no weapon signature detected. In Geneva, the United Earth Coalition's crisis room was a hive of controlled panic. Admiral Marina Chun stood before a colossal holoscreen, her crisp uniform reflecting the holographic glow. Tactical grids revolved behind her, marking the object's trajectory. Around her, analysts and scientists whispered speculative horrors. Could it be a scout for some ancient alien armada? An interstellar corona of dread tightened in Chun's chest. Dr. Avery Gupta, the UEC's lead xenolinguist, clutched a datapad like a lifeline. Admiral, initial scans show. Laughter. Her voice trembled with disbelief. Their broadcast frequency isn't modulated for language. It's pure humor patterns. Punch, punch, pause. Set up, payoff. I've never seen anything like it. On the upper left of the holoscreen, live footage blipped into focus. The underside of a colossal starship, decked not in intimidating steel, but in sleek mirrored panels that refracted the sun. Down its side stretched a neon smiley face 4 stories tall. No gun ports, no missile arrays. Just that grin. With a swift gesture, Chun switched the feed to global transmission. Every TV, every smartphone, every radio crackled in unison as the image stabilized into a full-body hologram. Ambassador Glorf materialized in front of a backdrop of swirling galaxies. 6 legs planted confidently, and a lavender Bodhi nestled at the base of its mandibles. Greetings, bipedal listeners. Of Earth, it chirped. The sound was musical, each syllable punctuated by a gentle trill. We are the Galactic Empire of Lur, purveyors of peace and punchlines. Silence. Then a nervous giggle from somewhere in the control room. Chun exchanged a wary glance with General Kimball, her chief of strategy. Proceed, she commanded. Glorf's mandibles clicked as if warming up. Why did your ancestors stare at the night sky? It asked, tilting its head. Because they believed in something greater, and also because your bedtime stories were really dramatic. A ripple of laughter chased around the globe. An admiral in Japan exhaled mid-sip of green tea. A family in Brazil paused their soccer match to chuckle. And a teenager in Nairobi snorted into her morning cereal. Dr. Gupta's datapad scrolled. 2 simultaneous translations in over 6,000 tongues. They've anticipated languages we haven't even cataloged, she muttered. They're comedic. Algorithm adapts in real time. Next, Glorf ran through a rapid-fire set. Jabs at human shoe sizes. You build them like boats. Our reliance on caffeine. Is it true you'll throw hot water over coffee beans just to feel alive? And our odd proclivity for reality TV. Oh, the drama when someone gets voted off like a gladiator, but with better lighting. By the time the hologram concluded with a masterful callback to every joke it had told, Earth's leaders were disarmed, not by weapons, but by universal laughter. News anchors abandoned their scripts. Military advisors abandoned their war games. Humanity had discovered its greatest vulnerability. We could not resist a good joke. Within hours, Operation Stand-Up Diplomacy was in full swing. Amphibious. Assault ships were repurposed to host comedians, and jet fighters retrofitted with giggle cannons that fired confetti. Late-night hosts from Las Vegas to London drafted punchlines instead of battle plans. Improv troupes rehearsed cosmic-scale routines. In the quiet of her office. Admiral Chun tapped her pen against the oak desk. Beside her lay a silver-plated microphone borrowed from a UEC gala. She exhaled. If they came to conquer us with comedy, she mused, then we'll show them we're masters of the same art. And so, as the sun set on that unforgettable day, Earth prepared not for war, but for a cosmic comedy off. Unknown to both sides, the real battle had already begun, and its only weapon was laughter. Asterisk. The pale orange lunar sunrise cast long shadows. Across the Sea of Tranquility's rippled regolith as Earth's hastily assembled stage came alive. High-tension cables snaked between habitat modules and inflatable domes, supporting banks of hollow projectors that beamed the show simultaneously to every corner of the known galaxy. Below the transparent shielding, rows of folding chairs held an unlikely audience. UEC officers, imperial dignitaries in shimmering robes, civilian spectators in spacesuit casual, and at center court, an elite roster of Earth's finest jokers. Dr. Avery Gupta adjusted her headset mic and scanned the crowd through the comm console. All translation channels are green. Their laugh index is online. A digital gauge floated in her heads-up display, its needle hovering ominously near zero. Good luck, everyone. At 9 o'clock Lunar Standard Time, Admiral Marina Chun strode onto the stage, boots crunching against the fine dust. Her ceremonial UEC uniform had been retrofitted for zero-G, but the weight of the moment pressed down as heavily as any gravity well. She tapped the mic. Welcome to the great cosmic comedy off. The roar of applause reverberated in the shields. Tonight, Earth makes its case not with rifles and missiles, but with riffs and punchlines. Let the universe decide whose humor reigns supreme. Round 1. Earth's opening salvo. First up was Jamal Mic Drop Hernandez, his trademark. Grin visible even through his helmet's tinted visor. He cleared his throat. Good evening, lunar residents and everyone watching back on Earth. You know you're from Earth when your idea of extreme weather is a 1% chance of rain and you still carry an umbrella. And a backup umbrella. And a weather app. That goes off every 30 seconds. Hernandez paused, letting the universal translation carry the timing. A smattering of chuckles rippled from the front rows. Dr. Gupta noted with relief the laugh index nudging upward. He segued into a rapid-fire riff on human commute rituals, gridlocked hover cars, coffee-fueled road rage, and the tragicomedy of lost socks in the laundry vortex. By the time he dropped his punchline, at least on the highway, I know where my socks went. The needle had climbed into the low green dot round. 2. Glorf strikes back. Ambassador Glorf rose from the alien delegation bench in perfect stage posture. 6 limbs folded like an abstract origami. Its voice box modulated to mimic human cadence. Your species invented the internet, a place where cats rule supreme. Conspiracy theories flourish, and people argue about pizza toppings. And yet you still believe your breakfast cereal is better than ours. I tried your Cheerios. They bounced off my tongue like tiny, tasteless asteroids. The audience convulsed in laughter. The laugh index leapt into the yellow zone, proof that Glorf could weaponize wry observation as effectively as any Terran comic. Round 3. The human counterpunch Lena LOL Svensson floated onto the stage next, her arms crossed dramatically. She unleashed her deadpan. Humans have a tradition called small talk. You meet someone and discuss the weather, as if clouds and temperature are the only sane topics for a species in control of starships. Her delivery was surgical. No caricatures, just crisp irony. The laugh index pinned itself at high yellow. Even General Kimball, stoic to a fault, let out a soft snort. Technical glitch and improv magic. Just as the judges tallied scores, Dr. Gupta's console beeped an alert. Translator anomaly. Lena's grand finale had garbled on half the lure channels, reducing "I told my computer" I needed a break. It sent me to the recycle bin. To a literal instruction to recycle bins. A wave of confused squawks and chirps swept the alien stands, spotting panic in the Imperial translators. Dr. Gupta grabbed an open mic. "Hold on, everyone imagine the punchline is this," she riffed, delivering the intended joke with exaggerated hints. The crowd blinked, then erupted in belated understanding. Lure noses and frills vibrated in the light. The laugh index rocketed into the green dot finale and result. As the last echoes faded, Ambassador Glorf raised its body-clad torso. "Earth has bested us in the art of mirth," it proclaimed. A holographic confetti cannon exploded overhead, sprinkling the stage with glittering motes that drifted weightlessly. The laugh index meter shattered its top gauge in an ecstatic blaze of light. Admiral Chum stepped forward and extended her hand, gloved and metallic, yet sincere. Glorf clicked its mandibles in what humans would later call a smile. "We concede," it intoned. "Comedy is your super weapon. War is unnecessary when the galaxy rings with laughter." In that moment, beneath the silent stars and fragile lunar sky, humanity's future brightened. No treaty was signed on paper. Instead, both sides shared a spontaneous volley of one-liners, each funnier than the last, forging a bond measured not in acres or armaments, but in universal giggles and guffaws. And so ended the great cosmic comedy off, not with a bang, but with a belly laugh that echoed across the cosmos. Weeks after the great cosmic comedy off, Earth awoke to a new reality. We were no longer just a planet of hopeful underdogs. We were the galaxy's undisputed jokesters. Our once grim defense satellites were repurposed to beam stand-up specials. Our advanced AI labs pivoted to perfecting comedic timing algorithms. And every major city hosted laughter festivals where humans and aliens swapped material and occasionally swapped tails. Antlers, or tentacles for comic effect. Point 1. The rise of the Universal Laughter Network. It began as a modest project in Geneva, when Dr. Avery Gupta and a team of Imperial archivists sketched out the concept for the Universal Laughter Network, ULN. Imagine a streaming service where every show, be it holographic improv, hologram-enhanced sketch comedy, or virtual reality sitcoms, had one goal: to unite species through humor. Within days of its launch, ULN subscriptions soared past 1 trillion. Its flagship series, Laughs Across the Void, paired human-alien duos in riotous adventures. One episode saw a Martian mime defuse a black hole by pantomiming its own event horizon. Another featured a duo teaching a Vulcanite contingent the fine art of dad jokes. 2. Cultural exchange with punchlines. Earth's cultural attach. Admiral Marina Chun, now promoted to Ambassador of Humor, drafted the new UC strategic doctrine. When diplomacy stalls, deploy humor squads. Under this mandate, improv, troops were embedded with peacekeeping forces, and late-night comics consulted on trade negotiations. In Japan, Tokyo's Neon District hosted the first interstellar roast battle, where attendees cheered as Taran and Lura comedians gently ribbed each other over cosmic cultural quirks. Our taste for spicy curry versus their penchant for crystallized nebula dust pastries. 3. Misfires and mayhem. Not all jokes landed flawlessly. On Earth's first Lure Appreciation Day, a well-meaning human troupe attempted to reenact a classic Lure slapstick bit tripping over shadows, but zero-G training proved insufficient. A miscalculated pratfall sent one performer tumbling into the diplomatic viewing box, where several startled senators narrowly avoided intergalactic incident. Meanwhile, a Lura comedian's attempt to roast Earth's breakfast traditions resulted in actual blueberry pancakes being catapulted onto the UEC headquarters. Roof sticky diplomacy at its finest. 4. The Mars Gala, a toast to tomorrow. On December 1, 2025, beneath the ruby dust skies of Mars, The first ULN gala unfolded in a gravity-controlled amphitheater carved into Olympus Mons' flank. Tens of thousands of holographic guests watched as Ambassador Glorf presented medals for outstanding cosmic comedy, complete with edible trophy replicas fashioned from Martian chocolate. Admiral Chun, wearing a custom T-shirt emblazoned "Earth, we come in peace" and punchlines, took the stage for the finale. "We prepared for the worst," she began, voice echoing against the rust-red cliffs. "But in meeting the Galactic Empire, we discovered our greatest strength wasn't in our weapons or technology. It was in our ability to laugh together. Tonight, we celebrate not just a treaty or an alliance, but a partnership of humor. May our shared laughter continue to bridge stars, species, and the infinite mysteries of the cosmos." Her words were met with a standing ovation so thunderous it registered on the Mars seismograph, undeniable proof that laughter, once ignited, knows no bounds. As confetti made of bioluminescent dust drifted through the air, humans and Lur cheered. Side by side, sealing a future where every sunrise brought both new challenges and fresh punchlines to meet them.